Well, hello, my loves, and welcome back to Musey's Modern Dreadfuls. And it feels like it's been forever since I've been able to spend some one-on-one time, just you and I. So let's cuddle. Not really. Kick off your shoes, get comfy, and sit back. I'm bringing you two fabulous, short-ish stories. And the first one is ISO One Soul. All right, here we go. One Soul by Reddit user BunnyB03. I've taken many sickly grandmothers, unsuspecting motorists, healthy children. Those are the hardest, to be honest. It does no good to form any attachments to any human life, for they are but a small part of a bigger picture. The world and humanity as a species is what we delve in. It's about keeping a natural order, maintaining balance. Those who volunteer aren't welcome on my journey. Their place resides eternally purposeless, boundlessly floating in infinite emptiness. My kind know tenderness. Often that's why we are taken. Anyway, it is what it is. I won't make excuses for what I do. You might ask yourself, why the hell should I care? What does any of this have to do with me, right? Well, if you haven't guessed by now, I'm a reaper. Though I go by many names. I've been referred to as the Angel of Death or Mercy. What people don't know is there have been many of us. It's a punishment for those too deplorable for purgatory sentencing, but not quite evil enough for hell. How well you do decides which lot your eternal dice are cast in. There are numbers to be met, quotas to maintain to keep up with the ever-rising number of births. Out of all the people in the world, there's a birth every 5 seconds. There are deaths every 15 seconds. This leads to undeniable overpopulation. The Earth has a hard enough time maintaining the inhabitants that it has now. Imagine that number tripled by the time you had grandkids. The space on Earth and amount of land is exactly the same, but humanity is multiplied 3-fold. Our number? 300,000. We must direct 300,000 souls to their destinations in order to achieve enlightenment and transcendence. Then a path is set for the Reaper who will take my place. It's funny, really. We are literally divine traffic control for areas we aren't even allowed into. Unfortunately, there's a problem. You see, with all the technological and medical advancements out there, people just ain't dying like they used to. I've been stuck at a good 999,000 for days. The higher ups are getting antsy. and I can't go into the bad place. I refuse. Nothing could ever make me go there. I'm gonna have to help things along a bit. Sometimes Mother Nature just doesn't cut it. I've placed some representatives throughout the planet, depraved, soulless human beings, hell-bent on spreading misery for their own benefit. They help us out a lot. You'll find them on your corners, in your alleys, serving your food at restaurants, delivering your pizzas in their cars. They will be everywhere when they need you, and nowhere when you need them. They distribute agents of death. Some have names, but new ones are born all the time. We call them heroin, cocaine, methamphetamines, LSD, and other variations. I just need one more soul. Make sure it's not yours. And that was One Soul by Reddit user BunnyBO3, and let me bring you our next story. This story is called Puberty Is Such a Special Time, and it's by Reddit user Made in the West. And away we go. It's such a special time in a young woman's life. I fixed my stare firmly on the rack of flimsy lace bras in front of me, pretending to be so absorbed in my feeling the material that I couldn't hear Aunt Maddie waxing poetic about the beauty of puberty. As if buying my first bra wasn't already going to be embarrassing enough, she was going on and on about all kinds of other changes, and right in public too. She had always been a bit of a hippie about this stuff, but why couldn't she at least wait until we were in the car? I know parts of it can be hard, she said, as I picked through the rack for something that might flatter my barely existent chest. The mood swings, the cravings, the uncertainty you might feel. But there's something wonderful about entering womanhood, Ash. Oh, God. Ugh. I groaned and turned my attention to a display of the thickest padded push-up bras in the store, hoping to distract her into steering me toward something more appropriate instead of talking about periods loud enough for the whole store to hear her. Your first blood represents something beautiful. You're right on the cusp of coming into your true power. I groaned again, apparently audibly. Oh, I know, she said. It's embarrassing to talk about this stuff with your aunt. At least in the middle of the store, I muttered. She clicked her tongue, playfully chiding me, and laid a comforting hand on my shoulder. I could feel her claws growing sharper against my skin. A glance out the windowed doors of the department store confirmed what I suspected. Night had fallen, and the full moon shone brightly in the sky. Aunt Mattie's hands weren't the only things that were changing. Her teeth grew sharp, shoulders broadened, face twisted into a feral snarl. And for the first time, I felt my own body change in all the same ways, too. Come on, Ashley, Aunt Mattie whispered. There was a reason I took you shopping so close to closing time. Your first blood really is important. She pointed to an employee at the checkout counter, blissfully unaware of our conversation. What do you think about that one? And again, that was Puberty Is Such a Special Time. And Yippee-Ki-Ya, Musey-Lovers. I hope to be back very soon with some upgrades. Now, just want to let you know, I didn't let you know before, but there is a wonderful collab done with Alex Unhinged on his channel. I will remind my editor to put a card up, but you should hear it. It's a collab between Alex Unhinged and myself, and it's a great story. So yes, look up Alex Unhinged. I'll try to pin a comment and make sure my editor puts up a card. There are also 2 collabs coming up in time for Valentine's Day, and that's all the information I can give you for now. I'm still going to be working with Hood Horror, or Horror from the Hood, my brother, and brother. And so there's several collabs to look forward to. In the meantime, I just wanted to give you all my love and promise to get you more stories out. Alrighty, talk to you soon. Bye now.